Hey everybody, it's your girl Barbie J here, and we are talking about the First Wives Club, Season 1, Episode 6, The Glow Up. Now, I don't know about what glowed up, but I know there was a blow up, but some of them were glowing at the end, so we will get into that. But first, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe now. Hit the little red subscribe button. Then you can hit the little notification bell, and that will let you know every time I upload a new video, which is usually daily. Anyway, so let me give a few shout outs as well to those in the comments section who hold my channel down. We have Lamont Simpson and Bobby Ray, Isaiah Hill, Celine Breeden. Who else? We have Ty Harrell, Tiffany Harrell, Usha Morrison, I hope I'm saying your name right, Usha. Shanice says, and Miss V. So, those are a few. What's going on in this episode, which I have thus far not run into an episode I don't like. But this episode, I was glad there wasn't no drama with Hazel and her husband. Malik Yob wasn't in it, so that was a good thing. I get tired of that storyline a little bit. But it focused more on Ari and her husband and Bree and her husband. Bree is hilarious. I don't know if she's a comedian in real life, but she's supposed to be a doctor on the show, and she's so funny. The things she do, I'm just like, this girl is funny. Anyway, if y'all saw my review last week or saw the show last week, you know they went upstate somewhere to a party, and Ari ran into an ex-boyfriend from college. So, I don't know, they drank that tea and whether it did something or whether they actually had some intercourse going on or whatever. But it started off with Ari in bed giving head. It looked like she was giving head to him. But when she got up, it was her husband. And her husband was like, wow, that was wonderful. What got into you? And I'm sitting there going, if he only knew. If he only knew. Because from what we've seen of him, he's not that great in bed. He needs porn. Her current husband needs porn to get him ready, to get in there. And he does like 10 seconds or 15 seconds or something. And then he rolls over. So I feel bad for her. I truly feel bad for her. Never experienced a person like that. But anyway, so she's thinking about her ex. All of a sudden, her husband has to leave. They have an interview he has to prepare for with BET. So she's like, oh man, he said, baby, don't worry. Tonight, when we get back home, I'm going to take care of you the way you took care of me. So she's like looking forward to this because he don't really take care of her. So she's like, okay, baby, but he like what did she say? To me, he looks like the nerdy type. That's what I'm going to say. He looks like nerdy type. Don't look like he's experienced this sex. I could be wrong. Looks aren't everything. Looks can be very deceiving. But he promises to repay her the favor. So that's what we go with. Then Bree, she has it out with Hazel. She's on the toilet, no toilet tissue. Hazel is using up everything in her house. She's using up supplies, toiletries, perfumes, eating her kids' snacks, eating up the food, and not putting anything back into it. And so she gets into it with her saying, you have to buy your own stuff. And she tells her how she's been being lazy, how she literally puts her dishes near the dishwasher, won't even put them in the dishwasher. She never offers to even watch the kids for her, to give her a break. And she was like, well, she told her, first of all, she said, you can't stay rent-free. She told her, you cannot stay here rent-free and don't help out. And any adult would know that, So I don't know what's going on with Hazel. She needs to get her ish together, but you can't take advantage of people. That's how you ruin friendships, when you take advantage of people. Believe me, I know. So anyway, so she tells her, Hazel's like, I'm going through a painful divorce. She said, me too, bitch. She's the one, at least she got her divorce, baby. She's like, me too. Like, come on now, you gotta help out. She said, okay, I want to go forward and help out any way I can. And then she goes, okay, could you go get some toilet paper? Put a nail in that. I have to go now. And she walks out. She's like, tch. So she's through with her right now. Then she goes food shopping and stuff to get toilet tissue. Bree goes out to the supermarket to get the stuff she needs. Who does she run into? Gary. And Gary is there at the supermarket with his new young girlfriend who's nice and tight and slim and everything. I think her name is Melissa. And so, you know, Bree is caught off guard and she wanted to kind of duck and dodge and I think not see him, but he saw her when she dropped stuff. And so she ended up having to talk to him and she starts exaggerating and starts saying, oh, he said, oh, are you shopping for the birthday party, their child's birthday party? She's like, no. Just pick up a few things. You know, I have enough stuff, you know. Oh, he's going to have they're going to have the best birthday party, child party ever. You know, she's like, oh, he said, my mom said she will cook and everything. No, I don't need your mom's help. I don't need it. I got this. It's going to be great. It's going to be the best. You know, she was like, but you could tell your mom if she want to help, bring back my damn crock pot. Bring back my crock pot that she keeps keeping my crock pot in my Tupperware and stuff. He was like, baby, you need to get the crock pot up. She was like, no, I want my crock pot back. So that's when the girlfriend walks over and he introduces her and says, this is my wife. And she's like, awkward. That's what the girl said, actually, awkward. And so she's like, oh, no, I guess I would have had to, you know, finally meet you and stuff. You know, I'm a doctor, so I wish I had time to get myself together, but I'm so busy with the kids and the doctor and you know, and she's trying to pick herself up as, you know, even though she don't need to do that. She's doing that because this girl is looking fabulous, okay? And so she went into her little defense mode and she stupidly, I'm going to say stupidly, invited the girl. Why would you invite your husband's girlfriend? You don't even know how long they've been going together. Has she met the child? You don't even know if he met the child. You know, she was asking all this stuff. Anyway, then she gets upset with herself. She goes home, talks to her friends, and she's telling them what she did. And they're telling her, look, we got you. We're going to help you with the setting up the party and stuff. Hazel says she's going to call her girl for an emergency mani-pedi for her and stuff and get her hair done and stuff. She was like, I need all that. They were like, yeah, you did, you know. So they helped her out with the party, which had turned out great. Then what happens? I forgot what happens. Oh, Hazel gets that call. She gets a call. Oh, no. Bree gets the call. She comes out of the salon and she gets the message from Gary that he finally has obtained an attorney. So this divorce is going to go through. So she's feeling upset now. And she's like, she really doesn't want to, probably. I think she's having second thoughts now of getting divorced. And so in the meantime, Hazel gets this call from Khalil to see how her writing is going. Hazel sitting up there watching damn TV. She ain't wrote a bit. She ain't did nothing. She don't help around the house. It's just like, really, Hazel? What are you working on? What are you doing? So he's like, can you stop by the studio? And I just want to see where your head is at. And she was like, you know, it's the best stuff I've ever written. But then she goes, but it's not finished, you know. And he's like, just stop by. I want to see where you know what's going on. How you doing? So she's like, okay, fine. So Bree, as she complaining to Hazel and them about being a single parent, she's complaining, I'm a single parent. Now I'm going to be a single parent. He's really into this girl and stuff. And they're trying to talk her. You know their friends are consoling you and trying to get you to think it's not a big deal. But she's upset. And she was like, going forward, you know, since Gary's into this girl, she don't know what she's going to do. And she's like, it's not fair. He was supposed to keep fighting for me. He just gave up on me. Da, da, da. I'm like, girl, he was cheating. And you said you was done. It is what it is. Is he going to stop cheating? Have y'all gone to counseling? I can't remember if they went to counseling or not. I really can't. I'm trying to figure that out and remember. But anyway, what happens now? Ari and her husband David are in this they're getting interviewed by BET and stuff, and while he's doing the interview, he froze and forgot what he was about to say. He forgot what was in his mind, and she jumped in. Ari jumped in and saved his ass and continued, you know, his thought. And she gave such a wonderful, you know, interview and great answer that the interviewer was like, wow, that was a great answer. Any future of politics for you? She's like, oh, no. We got to get him, you know, to the Senate first. And that he said, well, that's not a no. She said, it's not a yes either. You know, that's Ari, you know, saying all the right things. And she probably would make a better politician than her husband because she's supposed to be the big time attorney, but she gave that all up for her husband. Remember, she gave up a lot of stuff to support her husband and be his campaign manager. Then we have Hazel. She shows up to the studio and the music is playing and she's not singing anything. And he's looking at her and she finally admits that she hasn't written anything. And he's like, but why? It's been a month and I have to get into my creative space. He said, you've had that creative space for a month and you haven't done anything. And she's like, why do you care so much? What difference does it make to you? He said, because I believe in you and I want you to win. He said, I want you to win. You know, he said, you need to, he said, your fans want you. He said, you need to take this pain that you're going through and put it into writing your music. He said, you deserve it and your fans deserve it. That's what they're looking for. That's what you used to do. And she's like, whatever, you know, but she's understanding. She's understanding what he's saying. So Bree, it's time for the birthday party, and Bree's mother-in-law shows up and gives her the crock pot. And she said, and I took the opportunity to cook. I catered my grandchild's party. You know, she's like, I catered it because all you was going to do is order those dry little hors d'oeuvres or something like that, she said. I said, okay. The mother-in-law's name is Doreen, and Doreen is a piece of work too. I could tell the way she's looking at her and acting. And maybe it could be mad. She could be mad because she wants to divorce her husband, whatever it is. But I mean her son. But your son is the one who was cheating. So Doreen, don't get too upset with Bree. It's not her fault. Your son can't keep it in his pants, you know. Anyway, so she told her what is it? She told Bree to go fix up herself. She said, I got this. You go fix up yourself. She said, you're going to scare off the marathon. You're not going to scare off Marathon. She called her Marathon Melissa, the new girlfriend. You're not going to scare off Marathon Melissa looking like Harriet Tubman. I said, okay. I said, okay, that's a good one. That was a good one. She told Bree she looked like damn Harriet Tubman. But her girls was telling her too, you need emergency this, you got to get this done, get everything done, get some new clothes or whatever. Anyway, she said, they told her, you better go put on them Spanx and get dressed and get ready and show him what he's missing. And that's just what she did. You know, so, Ari and Hazel and Doreen, they all sitting at the table, right? They're sitting at the table with Melissa, Marathon Melissa, and they're like, oh, Miss, whatever Gary's mother's name, Doreen, this food is wonderful. Melissa, you should try some. Oh, no, I don't eat that anymore. Oh, would you like to have a drink? Oh, I don't drink anymore, but I have a good recipe for this for you, you know, or I have a good recipe for that for you. All this, healthy stuff, I guess, or whatever. And the mother-in-law is like rolling her eyes up in her head. Doreen is like, oh my God, I can't take her. And she get up and walk away. Ari gets up and walk away. They leave Hazel there. Hazel's phone rings. She's like, oh, gotta catch this. And she runs too. They were like, everybody was so sick of her, you know. And I thought that was so funny. So the phone call Hazel had to take was Khalil calling, and Khalil invited her to an open mic. Okay, so that night, and he said he wanted her to try out her, well, he didn't tell her what it was until she got there. And he said, I thought this might help jog you with your writing and stuff. So when she gets there and realizes it's open mic, Hazel's like, are you for real with this? He's like, what a best place to try out your new stuff, your new music and everything. And she was like, yeah, okay, you know, right. He said, even if it's not finished, you could try it out with this crowd. Oh, excuse me. So she's like, I haven't performed for free in years. He said, maybe that's the problem. You know, so she got up there and she did her little music and stuff, and she sang her song, and the crowd loved it. They loved her music. And when it was over, you saw her and Khalil in the bathroom making out. I said, what? What is going on? I did not see that coming. Khalil must have had this thing for her all this time, or whatever it is. He was so, you know, maybe he feel Derek lost a good thing. She was a good thing, I guess. And he's like, I need somebody like that by my side. Or he gonna try to get part of whatever, I don't know. But they were making out in the bathroom, and that threw me for a whoop. That was so unexpected. Then the other unexpected part was So Bree and Gary are cleaning up after the birthday party, and they're cleaning up the space, and they got to let down that bouncy house. You know, the bouncy house the kids go in and stuff. And he was like, come on, let's go get in there. She's like, no. And come on, let's get in there, Bree. She had on these high heels, so she took them off and zipped them off. He said, it'd be fun. Let's be spontaneous. And they started jumping in there, bouncing. She said, oh, this is fun. And they're having a good time. And she falls down, and then he falls down and rolls over on top of her. And they start making out. I said, ooh, so she was glowing at the end, and Hazel was glowing at the end. So maybe that's the glow up. That's all I could think of. But they were making out, and that was unexpected. But it ended with Ari. Ari is tipsy, and she goes into the bedroom, and she's, you know, she's with her husband because he said, I'm going to return you the favor tonight. I'm going to hook you up. So she's looking to be hooked up. But what we forgetting, she needs to get drunk to enjoy her husband because he's not a good lover. And we are seeing this. So he's watching his interview on TV. You know, I told you he froze when he was making. He's like, oh man, they didn't edit that out. She said, oh honey, it makes you look human. Don't worry about it. And so he's like, what are you doing? Are you drunk? You know, stop. He's like, I'm busy. She was like, I'm just trying to finish what we started. He said, I am busy. Leave me alone. And she said, you're always busy when it comes to what I want. You're always busy when it comes to what I want. And he's like, please, do you expect me to dick you down every night? She was like, dick me down? Is that what you think he was doing? She said, you think that 10 seconds of you putting your dick in after you have to watch porn to get you excited? Because it damn shit ain't like me getting you excited. She said, oh, that what you think? I mean, she went in on him. She tore him down, up, around, a new one. She went into him. And she said, you stick it in for 10 seconds. And oh, what else she said? No, she said, he said, oh, please, I don't have time for this silly ass argument. What? What? Your wife is complaining that you don't do your job in the bedroom and that she needed and you're always too busy for her. She's like, I gave up everything for you and you gonna call it stupid. She said, I saved your ass on a TV show. She said, I saved your campaign. I do this. She quit her job for him. She did all of that. And she said, do you know that in 17 years, you've never given me an orgasm? I said, ooh. Ooh. I was like, oh my God. I had to pray. She said, you don't hug me. You don't kiss me. You don't touch me. And he told her this was a silly ass argument he ain't got time for. How is your woman's needs not a good reason to be arguing? So that was something. I said, oh my Lord. So Ari, she decided she packed her bag. She packed her bag and he was like, she was leaving out the door. He said, where are you going? She was like, I'm leaving. He was like, you can't leave. I'm 6 weeks away from my campaign. He was like, she said, well, I gotta go. He was like, where you going? I'm going to Sag Harbor. Sag Harbor? He's like, what am I supposed to do? I can't finish my campaign without my campaign manager. She was like, well, you're gonna have to figure it out. She said, because effective immediately, I quit. She said, so you figure it out. And she walked out that door. I said, oh, snap. That's what you do. You see what I'm saying? When we women sometimes have to sacrifice for our husbands and we think we're doing the right thing and they ignore us and it's all about them. All she wanted him to do is give her some head, go down, not give head, but go down on her. Downtown. That's what she want. You promised. It's a favor. You so busy getting upset about how you screwed up on an interview, but she had your back. Y'all were tight. She had your back. And so that's how it ended. I can't wait to see what happens next week. But this is, I see you in the next video. This is your girl, Barbie J, saying peace.